Hello, everyone. Mayor Buckley here. It's Tuesday, October the 10th. This year has went by so fast. Here in the mayor's office again with Tim, doing podcast number. Tim tells me it's number 34. So we've tried diligently to get the word out to you, to keep you informed of things that are going on in the city. I think the first thing I want to start out with is we've talked about COVID since 2020, and here we go again. COVID's going to come back. There hasn't been any orders or any directives issued by this office concerning employees or municipal buildings. I always want the department heads to run and operate their own buildings, and I think they would do a better job than me in determining what would be in the best interest of their respective buildings. So, from a wearing a mask perspective, there has been no orders issued. There's been no directives issued. We have masks upstairs, so if you folks visit the council chambers, you're welcome to wear a single-use mask. But there's no directive to use a mask. We are working on getting flu shots for all employees, both full-time and part-time. Our EMS chief is working on that, and I haven't heard from him this week concerning that matter, but we want to offer flu shots to all employees, not mandatory. If you would like to have a flu shot, once we get them in, we will let you know so you can become vaccinated. Same way with COVID shots. We recommend that you get a COVID booster if you haven't, but there is no mandatory requirement by this office for any employee to be inoculated against COVID. So I wanted to get that out today before we started on the podcast, and we'll go ahead and get started. I'll be right back, and we'll get started on this podcast. Thank you so much. I'm back, and I want to talk to you about the 2024 budget and the 2024 salary ordinance for next year. One of the council's responsibilities as the legislative body of the city is to approve a budget and approve salary ordinances. The salary ordinance, they set the parameters not to exceed certain figures. So the council, by a vote of 6-1, voted to give employees of the city, be it part-time and full-time, raises anywhere from 3 to 15%, depending on what your job description is. The police department, the police officers were the highest, I think, raises. It was $5,000, and that was accumulated over 3 years. So in the last 3 years, we have raised the base salary for the police officer over $15,000. Most of our DPW employees received anywhere from 5 to 8% raises. So I'm very happy about that as well. The majority of our workforce received 3% cost of living adjustment, and our part-time hourly wage now is hovering around $17 to $18 an hour, much higher than the minimum standard set by the federal government. So I'm very happy about raises that were received by both full and part-time employees of the city. With the exception of the judge got a big boost, which I happen to agree with. The council, the mayor, and the clerk did not receive a pay raise. And as someone who is getting ready to leave office, that's fine with me. I've only had 2 raises in the 12 years that I've been mayor, so I didn't do it to get pay raises every year. I ran for mayor because I wanted the city to be better, of which I think we are. The assessed valuation of the city when I became the mayor back in 2012 was $325 million, the net worth of this city. Going into 2024, the net worth of this city is $673 million. That is an incredible figure. The higher the assessed value goes, the lower the tax rate. So we are hoping, and I have not seen the final numbers yet, but we are hoping that our taxes either went down a little bit or stayed level to where they were last year. And I want you to think about this. Our assessed value went up 7.5% over last year. Our budget went up 4% over last year. So there's a 3.5% number in there of funds that we did not use when we calculated our budget. So we set aside 3.5% of our earnings, and we still have a wonderful, balanced, fully funded budget. That's rare in today's government, but I'm so glad that we did this. I'm very happy with our clerk, Jim Kaufman. Jim's this is his 4th budget, and I'm very happy with how he's put this budget together. And I appreciate the council voting. The council voted 6-1 to approve this budget for next year, and they voted 6-1 to approve the salary ordinance. So I wanted to run through some highlights of what is getting funded next year. The roundabout at 25th and Churchman has been funded for next year. The engineering for another roundabout at Hannah and Arlington is funded in this budget. The long-awaited Hornet Greenway, the 1.1 mile extension of the trail, winds through the high school campus. That is funded this year for next year as well. We are projected to do $1.1 million of local road paving next year. It's already set up to go anywhere from January 1st through June the 28th, in that time period. The asphalt plants generally don't open up until sometime in early April, so that's when I'm looking for this project to be done. That is as a result of over $600,000 in community crossings matching grant funds distributed by NDOT. So we're also very happy about that. The McFarland Creek Drainage Project, for those of you who live down on Dangerfield, this goes out for bid opening on Monday, October the 16th, right around the corner. So we are anxiously awaiting this project to be awarded and to finally correct the problem down there at McFarland Creek. It's a major, major drainage project, and it's causing people's backyards to erode, and we don't want that. So we're looking forward to that. Those of you who live on the west side of the city notice that we have been doing some extensive sewer work at 25th and Albany and down on North 25th by the golf course. We are completely lining that sewer line from on 25th Street from Man Drive north to Southern. It's a big, big project. And as a matter of fact, we've had to take 2 sections of the sewer pipe out because it has collapsed. So, and that sewer line is about 16 feet deep. So that's in the works as we speak. Another project that is getting ready to happen for you folks who live on 13th Avenue around Albany and the road that goes back behind them by the middle school, back through there, there's over 286 homes on this line. We're going to have to dig up in 4 different locations this pipe and replace it. And then once we have done that, then go back and line this pipe. It is that bad. And that is a major line that goes through the city. So we're going to start working on that here within the next month or so. That is a much needed project, and I will be so glad when that gets corrected. So those are some of the things that are going on now, and some of the items that were in the 2024 budget that was approved by the city council. And finally, I wanted to tell you that we continue to provide funding for EMS services and police. In my vocabulary, defunding the police is a bad word. I like to go the other way. And over the past 3 years, there has been a substantial amount of funds provided to the police department to provide an even better service. And we now, beginning in 2024, will have 4 school resource officers paid for at 70% by the school. So back in 2013, we didn't have any. We started with 1. Now we are going to be at 4. My goal was to have 5, and I missed it by 1. But anyway, I'm very pleased with the school's directive on this, and I'm very pleased with our resource officers, and hopefully in the future we will continue to do that program and add even more officers. So I will be right back. I want to give you some dates of some important fun projects that are getting ready to happen in our city. I'll be right back. I'm back for the final segment of this podcast, and I'll wait for a minute. If you can get a piece of paper and a pen, there are several dates that I want to pass on to you of programs that you may be interested in participating in or watching. So I'll hold for just a second so you can get some paper and a pen. Okay, first of all, as you may have known, we have installed a Safe Haven baby box at the station on Albany. So we're very happy about this. We hope it never gets used, but in the event that it does, we are prepared to work with the baby and get the baby to the closest, most appropriate hospital for some prenatal care. So we're happy about that. It's in service. For those of you who rake leaves, our leaf pickup begins on October 16th, and it runs for a couple months. So get your leaves out to the curb. We ask that you keep the storm drains clear, and what the guys generally do, they start on the south end of the city and they work their way north. So all of our equipment is ready to go. And on the Monday, the 16th of October, they will begin leaf pickup. For those of you who participate in the kids program Pumpkin Express on Main Street, we are having that event once again on Saturday, October the 21st from noon until 1:30 p.m. So that is Pumpkin Express, Saturday, October 21st from noon to 1:30. Halloween is Tuesday, October 31st. The police chief generally sets the times. The time this year is 5 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. We ask that you wear reflective clothing, walk in groups, and please pay attention to moving traffic. Again, Halloween is October 31st, Tuesday. The hours are 5 to 8:30. The next free shredding and appliance drop-off event has been scheduled for Saturday, November the 4th, behind City Hall from 9 in the morning until noon. We will provide shredding, appliance drop-off, medicine disposal, syringe disposal, and eyeglass disposal. This will be my last event as your mayor, and it has been so much fun, and we have disposed of so much paper and appliances, medicines, needles. So I'm really been pleased about this, because if we didn't, the majority of this would end up in the landfill. So thank you to everybody who has participated in this program, and we will see you for one last time on Saturday, November the 4th from 9 in the morning until noon. Special thanks goes to Hannah's Recycling, Hannah Wrecker Service, the Drug Free Coalition, and all of the nonprofits that we have helped over the past 5 or 6 years that we've done this program. It's truly been a rewarding program. My assistant, Julie Lockwood, is going to retire, and the public is invited to attend an open house for Julie. It's going to be held on Thursday, November the 9th, from 10 in the morning until 2 p.m. And it's going to be held at the Elton H. Gishweiler Senior Citizen Center, located at 6th and Main. We will have iced tea and water, some small finger foods, and cake provided. We encourage you to come out and tell Julie thank you. She has worked here for over 28 and a half years. For the vast majority of that time, she has been my assistant. When I was deputy fire chief, assistant fire chief, and fire chief, and she served as my assistant as these 12 years that I have been mayor. So she is an excellent employee, and she deserves everything good in life and good health when she decides to retire. So November the 9th, 10 in the morning until 2 p.m., Julie's Lockwood's retirement open house at the Elton H. Gishweiler Senior Center. So look forward to seeing all of you coming out for that. Veterans Day is Saturday, November the 11th, and at the 11th hour, we will once again host our Veterans Day service on the steps of City Hall. So we invite the public to come. Has become over the years a very popular event. If it's raining, we will go inside. But we hope for a nice day, and we ask that you come out and join us to honor all of our veterans. That is November the 11th, Saturday at 11 a.m. Last couple of years, we've had a Christmas parade. And the last year was really dreary because it rained really bad. But this year, we're doing something just a little bit different. On Saturday, December the 2nd, we will once again have our Christmas parade. But the difference is it's going to be at night. We're going to do it at 7 o'clock, and it's going to start in front of the new police station down there at Emerson and Main. And then it's going to go west past City Hall. So we're really excited about this because it's going to be at night and all the lights and all that. It's going to be pretty cool. So it's in the planning stage. Our senior director, Stephanie, is coming up with some ideas. The parade part of it will be under the control of the Beech Grove Promoters Club. And that gives Stephanie time to do other events in coordination with this parade. So we're looking forward to that. It's December the 2nd, Saturday at 7 p.m. and it starts in front of the new police station. I don't know, we're having the Polar Express in December, but I don't know the date yet and the times. So once I do know that, I will get back with all of you and pass that information on. So those are some of the items that I wanted to get out to you so you can write down on your calendar and come and join us. The vast majority of these items are at no cost to you or your family. So having said that, I will come back again probably for at least one more podcast, maybe two, by the time I leave office at the end of December. So thank you, everyone, and God bless you. Thank you.